Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Jasper High School basketball coverage here on 18 WJTS. I'm Kerry Schneider along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos. And tonight, the Wildcats head up north to Martin County to take on the Loogootee Lions here at Jack Butcher Arena. The Wildcats, actually the Lions, I should say, first coming into this contest with a 3-0 record. In fact, both teams are 3-0 coming into the game. Of course, Loogootee with victories over North Davies, Easter Green, and then last night over Wood Memorial, 58-31. While the Wildcats, of course, with victories, 3-0 as well with victories over Boonville, Boise, and, of course, the all-epic 5-overtime game on Friday night against the Gibson Southern Titans, which the Wildcats won that contest by a score of 75-64. We're not going to dwell too much on that, obviously. We've seen it. We lived it. They've lived it. Everybody who was there lived it. So, but what we're going to do, of course, is just obviously move on. We're here tonight on Saturday night at Jack Butcher Arena to take on the always interesting to play Loogootee Lions, Jason. And but if you want to look at one thing about last night, how does it, have effects of going into this game?
Well, I think probably one of the bigger things that it can do is to see how we react after being involved in that game last night and having had to come back on a short rest like this to see if we can it's going to affect how we shoot the basketball. I think we'll be able to tell that here early in the game, and as the game progresses, our legs will get tired a little bit quicker and easier tonight, I believe.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of substitutions that Coach John Gable makes going into the contest. Of course, we are underway, and the Wildcats have controlled the tip. We got a foul away from the basketball as looked like Noblet hit the deck, so it'll be a foul against Loogootee. Cats, of course, with their regular starting lineup, will have 51 Will Wallace, 35 Braden Giesler, 33 Caden Ernie, 31 Andrew Noblet, and 23 Jace Foy. The Lions start A.J. Foster, Isaac Wagner, Drew Walker, Braden Bledsoe, and number 20, Leighton Jeffries, who was called on the personal. So Jeffries with his first, the team's first. Jasper with the basketball, no score. We're underway here on 18 WJTS from Jack Butcher Arena. Giesler finds, actually down low, it goes to Giesler. And then here's a three on this side from Foy. It's no good. And the rebound comes off the Loogootee, and the Lions are on the break. Foster with it in the backcourt. What kind of approach you think we're going to look at, Wildcats will be looking at tonight here, Jay?
Well, I think, Loogootee will probably come out in man-to-man. Loogotee's got a new coach this year, so It's kind of hard to tell, what style they're going to play.
It is Dave Smith is the new head coach of the Lions in his first year, as Jason pointed out. His first coaching job, shot underneath by the Lions, is no good. Jasper with the basketball. Of course,
he's been involved with the Loogootee program for quite some time, and I've heard that, they're going to kind of go back to not the complete old-style Butcher ball, but some similar to it.
Wallace underneath, shot is no good. Lions on the attack. Here is Foster with a shot, no good. He'll pull it back out. 6:15 to go in the first quarter played, no score.
And this type of game and the pace that this is going to help us, with having the Loogootee taking the ball and being very patient.
And they are doing that just indeed. Foster drives again. He'll put another shot up, and he's missed another one, and the shot is swatted from behind by the Wildcats. It will go out of bounds. It'll belong to Jasper. So Loogootee, as you said, being patient and looking for the good shots, and then Foster down low had a couple of good shots that he missed. But did you say going back to old Loogootee basketball or stall?
Yeah. Those of you that may be listening that were fortunate enough to be around when Jack Butcher was the coach up here and know what we're talking about when we call it Butcher ball. But, they would win games 25-20, 23-21, or, very low-scoring games. And they were very patient with the ball, very methodical, did a very good job of running their offense. And I think, they talk like that may be what this coach is going to try to implement.
Andrew Noblet is at the line as a second foul is called on Leighton Jeffers, and he will take a rest early on here, and he'll be replaced by number 4, Wade Walton, the junior. Next shot by Noblet is good, so he's 2 for 2 from the line, and Jasper leads it 2-0. So Walton, new face in the contest for Loogootee. Walton has the basketball. He'll deal it on the left side. Now with it is Walker, excuse me. Here's Foster, back to Walker. Lions, as we said, no hurry at this point. A little bit of banging and shuffle between Wallace and Wagner down low. Here's Foster, deals it. Down low and a whistle, and Wallace will be nailed on the personal. He said he and number 21, Isaac Wagner, duking it out inside the lane, and Wallace is going to pick up his first personal. So Will Wallace with number 1. 2-0 Jasper, and we're almost already 4 minutes into this contest. It could be a quick night.
Well, that's what we need tonight to recover from last night.
I think we both can recover from last night.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that today, and I said, we run out of stuff to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. And when we showed the game on Saturday morning on JTS, at the end we weren't even running any kind of PSAs or nothing. We went straight back to the game.
Yeah, you just kind of run out of something after that long.
Oh yeah. Here's a 3 on the left-hand side is good. Bledsoe with the 3. And the Lions are on top 3-2.
He can shoot. I remember coaching against Loogootee when I coached 6th grade, when this senior group was 6th graders, and that Bledsoe kid could shoot then.
Mm-hmm. So the Wildcats with the basketball, down by 1. Foy circles it right. Noblet inside the circle, good. Andrew Noblet has 4. Jasper leads it 4-3. Noblet and Wallace, of course, missed the tail end of that ball game last night, both fouling out. Big free throws down the stretch. Shot off the glass is good by number 5, A.J. Foster. And the Lions are back on top 5-4. As I said, down the stretch, it was free throws that made the ball game the difference that it was. Obviously, a 9-point ball game. There was, needless to say, nothing like that. Here's a shot, no good, and the rebound comes to Bledsoe.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The final score of that game didn't indicate what kind of game it was.
What we experienced, yeah. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Loogootee 5, Jasper 4. Wagner out now, down low to Wagner again. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, Bledsoe into Wagner, but Wagner lost the handle, and Jasper has it. 2.5 minutes to go in the first.
It was good ball movement, but I thought they tried to make one too many passes.
Here is Giesler, dribbles top of the key. Now in the corner. Guarded by Wagner. Giesler will work it. Out to Noblet in the backcourt. 2 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Again, Loogootee leading 5-4. Jasper with the basketball. Wallace goes inside the lane, works it, turns, fires, and hits. Nice job there by Will Wallace to stay with it, and he gives the Wildcats the lead back 6-5. Down low is Wagner. He'll put a little baseline jumper, no good. And Foy will come down with the rebound. He'll clear it out to Noblet. Or excuse me, I'll make that to Ernie. Wallace top of the key. Hands it off to Noblet. Andrews drives and he'll lose the basketball. It was stripped away from him from behind. Loogootee with it, 1:10 to go. Foster pops, fires, and he is way off. And the Wildcats have it back with, again, 1 minute to go in the first quarter. It's 6-5 Jasper. They have the basketball. And Wildcat player will be tripped. That'll be Giesler. That'll be, foul goes on number 30. Brandon Bledsoe, his first, team's third. New faces in the contest for Jasper. Number 13, Max Butel. Number 5, Logan Day. It was Butel last night, as we were talking about. Whipple, like 5 of 6 free throws down the stretch off the bench. Here's a three-pointer up and in by Will Wallace. He's got 5. Jasper's up 9-5. .34 seconds to go. Loogootee will work for the last shot, it looks like. 24 seconds. Foster getting the business from the Jasper students on the far side. He will work it in the backcourt. 13 seconds now with Butel on him. Foster drives, kicks it out. The pass is going to be knocked out of bounds by Noblet with 8.9 to go in the first.
Foster tries to do too much, I think. He over-penetrates, and he's taking a couple bad shots. He's only a sophomore. It's kind of surprising that a sophomore would do that.
He is one of Foster inside, puts a shot up, it's no good. Gets his own tip, no good. 2 seconds ago, here's another shot, the buzzer short, off the rim, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter of play with the score Jasper 9, Loogootee 5. We'll be back after this here on 18 WJTS. Where the Wildcats of Jasper lead the Loogootee Lions 9-5. Jason, with the first quarter under the books, Jasper seems like, like you said, has been doing a great job putting a lot of pressure on the Loogootee Lions defensively. Yeah,
look, well, and like we talked, Loogotee's going to be patient on offense. They're going to make extra passes. We've done a pretty good job, though, of not giving, because the longer the offensive possession goes, the harder it gets to play defense.
And Jasper's been doing a fine job getting in the passing lanes.
Yeah, they have, and they've got to continue that, because Loogotee's not going to get in a hurry. They're not going to run up and down the floor, which for us is very fortunate to have a game like this tonight, as opposed to if we were playing with somebody that was wanting to transition tonight, we'd be in trouble.
Exactly. And the Lions will have the basketball to start the second quarter, trailing 9-5. So out the top of the key, Wagner actually. Now here's Jeffers, Bledsoe. Finds a man down low, and he will be called for double dribble. It was Drew Wagner who took a pass down low from from Bledsoe. But a little defensive pressure by Jasper perhaps caused that turnover.
Yeah, they did. Played good defense that possession.
So Jasper has the basketball in a 9-5 lead. Noblet drives, stops, pops, and hits. And Andrew Noblet has his 6th point. Jasper leads it by 6, 11-5.
Nobby's got about 4, 5, 6 inches on that guy that's trying to guard him tonight, and he'll have a field day with him because he can shoot over the top of him all night.
Foster with it in the backcourt, finds a man over on the right side. Down low to, I believe, Wagner, was it?
Yeah.
Jeffers now with it on the wing. A whistle and a timeout, I believe, called by Loogootee. And when play resumes, the Wildcats will have Foy and Giesler back in the lineup when we come back after this. It's 11-5 Loogootee with Jasper leads Loogootee with 6:36 to go in the second quarter. We're back after this. After the Loogootee timeout with 6:36 to go, Jasper leads Loogootee 11-5. The Lions down by 6, have the basketball. Jeffers will bring it slowly across the timeline. Here is Foster. Bledsoe back to Isaac Wagner. He'll fire a 3, and the shot is no good. And a push-off foul on that rebound against the Lions. Was that Bledsoe underneath? That's his second. Lions with 4 fouls overall. They're first in the second quarter. Second foul on Bledsoe. He'll remain in the ballgame, I believe. Yeah, did they pull him out?
No,
he's still in there.
They switched defenses. They're going to a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
And in the trap, down low, Noblet. Ball is knocked away by Walker, excuse me. 3 on the way is off the mark, no good. Rebound Loogootee. Foster with it in the corner with Noblet on him. Walker with it will bring it out. Jeffers drives, whistle, and an offensive foul is called as he threw looked like he might have got him with the forearm. And Wade Walton will come back into the contest for Loogootee. And that is the third foul on Jeffers, I should say. So Leighton Jeffers will take a rest, likely for the rest of the half.
Yeah, I would say.
5.5 to go in the second quarter. Jasper with the basketball, and they lead it by 6, 11-5. Here's a 3 on the way by number 23, Jace Foy. It's short. Loogootee with the basketball. Walker with 5 minutes to go. Dribbles in the backcourt, drives inside the circle. Now Foster with it. Pass intended for Walton is knocked away, but Walton hangs on to it as Logan Day got a piece of it. Clock continues to run down as the Lions take their sweet time on the offensive end. 4.5 minutes now to go already in the second quarter. Here's a pass down low to Walker. Shot is up and in. Walker had the basket. He's got his first 2. 11-7. Loogootee. Wallace in trouble down low. Ernie. 3 on the way by Giesler is no good. Rebound Jasper. Shot up, no good by Foy, and Loogootee has the rebound. Quickly up the floor is Drew Walker. Walker fires a 3, it's no good. Rebound comes to Isaac Wagner. He'll clear it back out to Walker. With 3.5 to play in the quarter. 11-7, Loogootee trails the Wildcats. They maintain possession. Man down low, guarded by Wallace. Foster now over to Bledsoe in the corner. Bledsoe dribbles it out. Foster now in the background, court. Under 3 minutes to go in the second. Here's a 3 on the way. It's good. Brandon Bledsoe with a 3-point basket. His second 3 of the night. He's got 6, and the Lions are within 1 at 11-10. Big possession here for the Wildcats, Jay.
Yeah, it is. We need to get a good look here and get a
Wallace triple teamed. 3 on the way. Way off the mark, no good by number 5, Logan Day. And a foul is going to be called on the Lions. Isaac Wagner will be nailed on the personal, and it's the third foul of the quarter already on for the Lions. Jasper has just one foul in the entire game on Will Wallace, none in this quarter. 2:31 to play. Jasper will have it underneath their basket. Giesler, or excuse me, actually Ernie, now to Noblet. Noblet works, puts it up, good. Big bucket for the Wildcats by Andrew Noblet. He's got 8. 8 of the Wildcats, 13 points. They lead it by 3, 13-10, 2:10 to go in the first half.
Yeah, if they don't make a switch there, I look for Jasper to take full advantage of that all night long because, like I said, Nobby's got 3 or 4 inches over that kid that's trying to guard him, and he can just score like that anytime.
And the athletic ability.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Out to Bledsoe. Foster back to Bledsoe, top of the key. Foster drives, puts a shot up, it's blocked, and Loogootee fans wanting a foul. There was a bump and a steal.
Another foul.
Turn, shot up, and no good. Gets his own rebound, and that'll be a foul on the Wildcats as Drew Walker had 2 shots of it. He was then bumped, I believe, or did they say it was just out of bounds, or was there a foul called there?
I think they called a foul, but I'm not.
It's Caden Ernie. They got Ernie up on the board, so Ernie was nailed on the personal. His second team foul for the Cats in the overall, first in the quarter.
There could have been about 5 fouls in that transaction there in about 10 seconds. And
here's a shot up and in by Drew Walker, his second bucket of the quarter. He's got 4 points, and Loogootee is within 1 again at 13-12. Look out. Tough pass to Ernie.
We got to move the ball. Don't dribble against this trap.
Up and in by Giesler. So Braden Giesler gets his first bucket of the day. He's got 2. Back up by 3 are the Jasper Wildcats with under a minute to go in the first half. You see it, the Lions just what kind of approach they have on this possession. If they'll just run it down, or 35 seconds, and likely they will. Foster with it in the backcourt. Let's see what happens here.
Just stand out there and let him hold it.
Well, he'll take it right down the lane. And there will be a foul on Jasper. A good foul at that.
That didn't hurt nothing. That's only our second in the quarter.
Right. The more I see that, the more I like the rule.
I don't know. I'm still torn on whether I like it or not.
Well, maybe I'll have a change of heart too, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But when it comes to situations like that, I sure as heck do. We got a 30-second timeout called by Loogootee with 26.6 ticks to go in the first half of play. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS. The first half, Jasper leads Loogootee 15-12 in a game that something's got to give. Both ball clubs coming in with 3-0 records. And the Lions will have the basketball down by 3. As Coach Dave Smith called a 30-second timeout. The last foul, by the way, was called on Caden Ernie for the Wildcats. He's got 2 now. And long pass brought up the floor to Wagner, and he'll bring it up the floor to Foster. 21 seconds to go now, and the Lions will work for the last shot. As they trail by 3. 13, 12, 11, 10. Now Foster works it. Here's a 3 on the way off the mark. Overshot. It's going to be off the Wildcats, though. It looks like either Noblet or Giesler got a last handle of it. They're both in the vicinity.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who hit it.
3.5 seconds to go. Loogootee will take it from underneath their basket. Here's a pass down low, up and good by number 23, Drew Walker at the buzzer. And Loogootee cuts the Wildcat lead down to 1, 15-14. So Walker with 3 baskets in the second quarter. He's got 6 points. He will lead the Lions, actually along with Brandon Bledsoe with a pair of 3-pointers, leads the Lions in scoring. Here at the halftime break, A.J. Foster has 2. While we're at the subject of scoring, Jasper has Will Wallace with 5, Braden Giesler with 2, and 2, 4, 6, 8 points by Andrew Noblet to lead all scorers here at halftime. We'll be back after this for the second to take a look. They'll analyze the first half itself and bring you the second half right after this here on 18 WJTS. Back at Jack Butcher Arena, Kerry Schneider along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos about to bring you the second half of tonight's ball game between the Loogootee Lions and the Jasper Wildcats, which Wildcats lead it by a 15-14 count. Jason, just a little synopsis of the first half, if you will. One thing is that it's been obviously a slow-paced game, something we are, as we already talked about, that we're hoping the doctor would order after last night.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Obviously it's played in our advantage. I think so far this game, we've done a pretty good job on defense. Had a few lapses there where we left guys open. Like to see them cut down on second shot opportunities a little bit better or a little bit more by blocking out, not letting Loogootee have more than one shot at the basket. And on the offensive end, I still go back to I think we need to utilize Andrew a little bit more just because of the size advantage and the athleticism that he has over the guy that's trying to guard him.
Noblet leads all scorers here at halftime with 8 points apiece. 8 points. Again, Braden Giesler with 2 for the Wildcats, 5 for Drew Wallace, 6 points for Drew Walker to lead the Lions. Actually, also 6 points by Brandon Blitzel, so they're tied at apiece. 2 by Foster. Wildcats with their original starting lineup out on the floor to start the second half. Wallace, Giesler, Ernie, Noblet, and Foy.
Loogotee's coming out this half in a zone. Look like it's a 2. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. It's a zone, but I'm not sure what it is.
And busting that zone is Braden Giesler with a 3-pointer to start things off, and Jasper jumps out to an 18-14 lead. Maybe their biggest of the game. I'm not sure. It's close to it.
Close, yeah.
Only the second 3-pointer by the Wildcats in tonight's game. Wallace had a 3 earlier in the first quarter. Of course, Brandon Bledsoe with a pair of 3s for Loogootee. Down low, shot up and in by Drew Walker, who's got 7 points. Make that 8. And the Lions are within 2 again at 18-16.
Looks like it's like a 1-3-1 zone defense. You've got the guy up on top. Foster's up on top.
Giesler tries the baseline. He tries to find. Oh, that's.
No.
They're gonna overrule that. Yeah. The official down low said it was off Giesler or Ernie perhaps actually, and as it was Giesler drove the baseline. And are they going? No, they're not going to turn it over.
The guy on the opposite side thought he saw something, and then the guy on this side came in and saw a tip.
And the guy on the opposite side is explaining it to John Gable.
He was the farthest guy from it, but I don't know.
Either way, the Lions have the basketball and down by a pair. Here's a 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Andrew Noblet with the rebound. Nobby will bring it up the floor. Finds Giesler inside. Down low to Wallace. Back out to Noblet. 3 on the way. And off the mark, no good. Short. And Loogootee with the rebound.
You could tell that shot wasn't going to go in because Nobby, when he went up for the shot, he floated. He drifted again instead of going straight up and down.
Here's a 3 on the way. Is good by number 21, Isaac Wagner. His first points of the night. And Loogootee has jumped out to a 1-point lead at 19-18.
That's how you beat this zone, is just pass the basketball.
Noblet, baseline jump shot, no good. He gets his own rebound, and it's stolen away by the Lions. All the way up, no good, but a whistle and a foul will be called.
Jeffers did a good job there going in. He knew Noblet was behind him. He knew he was going to have an opportunity to block it, so he used his body to kind of shield the ball and made Noblet go over his body and commit the foul.
And Leighton Jeffers will go to the line to shoot 2. First trip at the line tonight altogether by the Lions, and he was a little hard on that one. He'll have another one coming. Jeffers is yet to score in this game. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Loogootee 19, Jasper 18. This one is good. 20-18 Lions. Jeffers has his first point. And Jasper with the basketball. Foy.
Oh, that's a foul.
And a foul is going to be called as Foy threw a pass over to Ernie, and Ernie who got bumped. Looks like on 23 is Drew Walker. Walker picks up his first foul of the quarter.
He was about a half a step slow. If he'd have been a little bit quicker, he'd have got the ball instead of his arm.
Foy.
You got to penetrate. You can't just stand. There you go.
Ernie does penetrate and deals it back out to Foy. Here's a three on the way. It is up and in. It hit the front or the side of the basket, went up and dropped right through for Braden Giesler. His second three-pointer of the quarter. And Jasper's back out on top, 21-20.
By penetrating on offense down there, that's what happens. You draw two guys to guard you, and it leaves somebody open.
Loogootee with the basketball. They trail by one, 21-20, with 4:46 to go in the third. Noblet knocks the ball out of bounds as Walker was driving to the baseline. Walker with it. Or actually now Walker with it on the top of the key. Finds Foster down low, and he will be fouled.
Ernie, I believe.
If it's on Ernie, that'll be his third.
Yep.
Caden Ernie picks up foul number 3 for number 33. Foster will go to the line to shoot 2. He has 2 points in this contest. First one is good. And Max Butel will come in to replace Ernie, who will have to sit down with 3 fouls for the remainder of the quarter, most likely. Foster's second one rattles in and out and back in. So A.J. Foster nails a pair of free throws. He's got 4. Loogootee back on top, 22-21. Noblet pulls up, fires a shot off the glass and in. So Andrew Noblet's got 10. Jasper back on top, 23-22 as it goes back and forth between these two ball clubs. And a foul on Wallace down low for his second of the night. Drew Walker will inbound it down low. Third foul on Jasper in the quarter. And Logan Day will come in. He'll replace Will Wallace. So Will Wallace with a pair of fouls will sit down. Foster down low. Ball swatted away by Giesler. Foy comes up with it, and a foul is going to be called on Foster as he got Foy with the body. Foster picks up his first. A little aggressive on that end for him.
Yeah, he was. You know, he was trying to move his feet. At least he didn't reach with his hands. He was moving his feet, but there was no reason to do that far from the basket.
Only the second foul against the Lions in the quarter. Jasper with the basketball under 4. There's a ball knocked away, and Cats come up well, and then it's knocked away again. Loogootee has it. Lions. And a three-pointer on is an air ball, and that's one short. Butel saves it down the floor to Noblet, and he is going to be hit hard, and he went landing right on his chest and belly. But he gets right up.
That could have been an intentional foul.
And we'll see if the officials talk about it here.
Because he didn't go for the ball. That was the reason that they could call that the way they did.
Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And Noblet will go to the line to shoot 2. So a pair of free throws coming for Andrew Noblet. He's got 10 points. This one is up and in. 24-22, Jasper by 2. Noblet with 11 points. This one is short. And off the mark, though, good. 3.5 to play. Jasper by 2, 24-22. Lions with the basketball as Foster will bring it up. Foster holds high. Finds Walker down low. In the corner. Shot up and in. A three-pointer by number 20, Leighton Jeffries. His first three-pointer tonight, first bucket of the night. He's got 4. Who hit it? Noblet up and in. Thank you. I was looking down on my sheet. So Noblet with the basket to answer that. 27-25. Cats by 3. In the corner, the Foster. 3 on the way, good. A.J. Foster with his first three-pointer, his second bucket of the game. 3 3-pointers for the Lions here in the third quarter, and they have taken a 28-27 lead. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes to the Lions. They have it with a 1-point lead with 2:13 to go in the third. Lions look, they'll slow it down a little bit here, Jay.
Yeah, they'll be patient here now that they got the ball and the lead.
Under 2 minutes.
Jasper's just got to keep playing the defense they've been playing.
Noblet almost with the steal. Foster back there with Butel. Guarding him. 142. Foster drives, deals it. Little 15-footer up and good by number 20 for Loogootee, Leighton Jeffries. 6 points for Jeffries, all here in the third quarter. 30-27 Loogootee. Under 1 minute and, 1:23 to be exact on the clock. Here's a 3 on the way, off the mark, no good by Jace Foy. Loogootee comes up with it. And again, Lions will bring it up. Now they have the basketball up by 3. Maybe their biggest lead of the game, I think.
I would venture to say you're pretty close.
It's close. I don't think Jasper has had a lead any more than 4 points themselves.
No, it's been close the whole game.
Absolutely. Very good ball game tonight here at Jack Butcher Arena on 18 WJTS. Kerry Schneider, Jason Stamm, and Jeremy Marcos. We're under a minute to go in the third. Lions will take their sweet time with this possession. And as Foster will hold it in the backcourt with Butel on him. 38 seconds. Needless to say, Lions will go for the last. Jeffers back to Foster. 30 seconds. Here is Walker back to Foster. 20 seconds. (13) Foster, 9 seconds, drives, deals a man in the corner, 3 on the way, no good. Ball is knocked away, 1 second. Here's a shot by Butel up and off the top of the backboard, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter of play with the score. Loogootee 30, Jasper 27. We're back with the fourth quarter after this here on 18 WJTS. Final period of play tonight, at least we hope so, after last night.
After last night, who knows?
Exactly. And 30-27 is our score. And I tell you what, for a little bit, I thought maybe our JV game tonight would go another extra stanza there. But Jasper did prevail by a 29-26 victory. And Jasper junior varsity squad is 3-1 on the season. Jasper and Loogootee 3-0 apiece coming into this ball game on the varsity side. Loogootee will have the basketball up by 3 to start the fourth quarter. Lions outscored the Wildcats 16-11 in that third quarter. The shot off the side of the basket from a baseline jumper by number 21, Isaac Wagner. And Jasper will have the basketball. Wallace is back out on the floor, as is Ernie back out yet?
Yeah,
yes, Ernie.
yeah.
So the original starting 5 back out for the Jasper to start this fourth quarter with Wallace and Ernie, as we're wondering, with 3 fouls apiece. And speaking of fouls, a foul is going to be called on the Lions. It looks like that might be Bledsoe, and it will be his third. Brandon Bledsoe picks up the personal. Jasper trails by 3, and they have the basketball. Actually, Logan Day is out there, so not the original starters as I thought.
Foy's out.
Foy is out, okay. Speaking of Day, he puts a shot up that is short from inside the lane. Not his type of shot, I believe.
He did a good job going to the open spot.
Here's a 3 up and good. The Lions are starting to nail the threes here in the second half. That's the second three-pointer by Jeffers. And a timeout for Jasper with 7:02 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Loogootee with their biggest lead of the night at 33-27. We're back after this here on 18 WJTS. The Loogootee Lions have jumped out to a 33-27 lead, Jason, before the timeout on a three-pointer. And Cats will have the basketball under 7 minutes to go. Wildcats looking to make some answers here, come up with some answers. And Noblet, and a foul is going to be called on Foster. That'll be his second. Two team fouls on the Lions here in the fourth quarter. Here's Noblet. And the 3 on the way is up and good by number 5, Logan Day. What the Cats needed right there.
Andrew did a good job there. He didn't force it. He knew they were flying at him and left Day wide open.
The three-pointer cuts the Loogootee lead in half at 33-30. The Lions with the basketball. Pass is down low, knocked away, scramble for the ball. Whistle, a jump ball will be called, and it will belong to the Wildcats. Or they called timeout.
They gave Loogootee a timeout.
They gave Loogootee a timeout, a full timeout with 6:15 to go in the ball game. Jasper trails the Loogootee Lions 33-30. We'll be back after this on 18 WJTS. Back at Jack Butcher Arena, 33-30. As the Loogootee Lions will have the basketball after the timeout. So, actually, yeah, Loogootee with the basketball. And the Lions will, needless to say, take their time working that offense.
Yeah, they'll be patient. They'll look for shots that they're going to generate out of their offense.
Under 6 minutes to go. Foster with it. Deals it to Bledsoe. Back to Foster on the left wing. Bledsoe now. That's Walker now in the backcourt. He will drive it. Actually, excuse me, that would be 20, Leighton Jeffers. So Jeffers now with it in the backcourt. 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. As I said, Loogootee working that offense patiently. And a traditional low-scoring game involving the Lions. Here is Drew Walker.
We just got to continue to play good, solid defense. Don't give up an easy shot.
Ball is knocked away as it was tipped. Under 5 minutes to go. Jeffers with it. Working on Noblet. Foster now with Ernie on his tail. And Ernie will be called for his fourth foul. Ernie tried to reach inside. Caden picks up number 4. Not exactly sure if the most advisable at this point.
No.
Especially with 3 already on him.
Well, and you're 50 feet from the basket,
Yeah, that too.
You don't need that out there. Foy's going to come back in for Ernie.
And so, yes, Caden will have to take a seat again. 4:40 to go. Jasper trailing by 3. Foster will take the long inbounds pass. And with Foy guarding him. 4.5 to play. Foster
Travel.
got away with the walk, you're right, but deals it back out, and the Lions will regroup.
Loogootee's kind of went away from looking to score here, which can be an advantage to us because we can force a turnover.
Yeah, you get some kind of a break there.
Yeah, I mean, Bledsoe didn't have anybody guarding him. He could have went at the basket.
All it takes is somebody getting in one of those passing lanes, and Noblet's going to be nailed with a personal sticking his hand in. And Andrew Noblet picks up, I believe that's his first. It's second, actually. Under 4 minutes to play. Second team foul for Jasper in the quarter. And Foster will slowly bring it up.
Trap him, man. They had him trapped there in the corner. If they would have went and got him and double teamed him.
There's a foul on Foy. I believe it's first. I have him for. It is. Third team foul now for Jasper in the quarter. So Jace Foy picks up the personal, and the timeout is going to be called. 3:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Jasper trails Loogootee Lions 33-30. We'll take a break ourselves and come back after this on 18 WJTS. Won by 3. Loogootee, of course, burning a lot of time as traditional Loogootee does, taking their sweet time on the offensive end. As you were saying, just up to Jasper right now. They're kind of working their advantage if they could just get a break and get some kind of a turnover, force one.
Yeah, Jasper's just got to continue to play good, solid defense. Don't try to gamble. Don't, commit fouls here, because when you start committing fouls,
they're putting them on the line, and obviously, and they got 2 fouls to give. What's going on down there?
I think the referee had somebody taken out of the ball game.
On
Jasper's crowd, Jasper's side.
Is that right? I see a walk. Well,
Yeah.
we'll stay out of it on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the ball game. Foster takes the inbounds pass, and once again, we'll slowly bring it up the floor. Across the timeline, 3.5 to go.
Right there, trap him.
And that will force the Loogootee Lions to call a timeout with 3:27 to go. Full timeout. We'll take a break ourselves back after this on 18 WJTS. Back at Jack Butcher Arena, 3:27 to go in the fourth quarter. Loogootee maintaining the possession, and there's a long pass, and it's going to be retrieved by the Lions' Isaac Wagner. 33-30 with Loogootee on top. Been a long weekend already, bud. Foster drives in the lane, deals it, and first thought about it, but decided against it.
But see, like I said, I mean, they're not even looking.
There was almost that turnover we were looking for.
Yeah. I mean, they're not looking to score, and it's like.
But at the same time, right now, Jasper is not in the necessity of fouling.
No, it's a 3-point ball game. I mean, evidently their coach and their players got confidence in it, being able to handle the ball and keep the clock running.
That one slip up, and a foul is going to be called on Logan Day. Chagrin of the Jasper fans. 2:33 to go. 4-team foul. Day picks up his first. Long pass retrieved by Foster. Jace Foy will hold him. Foster deals it. Bledsoe back to Foster. 2:20 to go. And a whistle, and a foul is going to be called again on Jace Foy. That will be the 4th team foul of the quarter for the Cats.
And what's tough here is, when you're trying to play defense here, you got to be able to move your feet. And, after last night, I don't want to use that as an excuse, but, here's where it starts to play in. Not at the start of the game, but at the end of the game, it starts to show that, we played a long game last night. Their legs are tired.
Actually, that was the 5th foul of the quarter, so at the line will be A.J. Foster, who hits his first. Only the 4th point of the quarter for Loogootee. In fact, both teams had 3 points apiece before Foster nailed that. Foster has 8 points, now make it 9. He is 2 for 2 from the line. Now the Lions with a 5-point lead at 35-30 and a timeout by Jasper. The Wildcats will call timeout with 2:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Jasper trails it by 5, 35-30. We'll be back after this. 2:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Jasper, after a timeout, has the basketball, Jason, with a 5-point deficit. How do you think the Cats will work it here?
Well, Loogootee looks like they've switched back to a man-to-man now for whatever reason. They've been having success with that zone, but I think the reason they did that is that they don't feel like they're as apt to give up the 3-point shot playing man-to-man.
Wallace works the shot up, no good. It comes up short, and a foul is going to be called on Giesler. I was just going to say, it could go to Jasper's advantage if they hit their shots, because with their shooting that they have, when they hit it, but that's always what they call the zone busters. But anyway, Wallace down low, missed a shot, and it's Giesler with the foul, his first. And with the bonus now for the Lions, the first free throw is up and good by Drew Walker. Lions could salt it away here at the line here in the 4th. They're 3 for 3, in fact, in the 4th quarter. Walker has 3 points. Walker nails that basket. He's got 8, 9, 10.
See, with this new rule now, that's 4 free throws that they've had that they wouldn't have. Giesler missed that 3. But, under the old rules, they wouldn't even be shooting free throws yet.
Lions have the basketball in the 7-point lead. Now the Wildcats will be forced to foul, most likely. And a foul will be called, looks like on Wallace. Wagner will go to the line with a pair of free throws. He's got 3 points. 1:24 to play, and Loogootee looking to be in the driver's seat here, Jason, with 1:24 to play.
Well, normally we talk about on Jasper's end, how do you finish out and win games like this, is take care of the basketball and hit free throws, and that's what Loogootee, if they do that, then they're going to make it very tough for us.
Isaac Wagner nails the first of 2. He's got 4 points. Second one is good. Loogootee is 6 for 6 from the line in the 4th quarter. In fact, they are 9 of 10 on the night. The Lions doing the job at the line when they need to.
They have.
And a timeout is called with 1:22 to end the ball game. Loogootee has jumped out to by far their biggest lead of the night at 39-30. And we'll be back after this here on 18 WJTS. 1:22 to play in the ball game. Loogootee in the driver's seat now with a 9-point lead at 39-30. Wildcats with the basketball, now with a quick 3, and it's going to be an air ball. And the Lions come up with it, and a foul on Giesler.
The Jasper's got to score quick and foul like that and hope Loogootee doesn't hit their free throws.
Going to the line. Is that Walker?
Walker, yeah.
Walker is 2 for 2. He's got 10 points. Make it 11. Loogootee 7 for 7 from the line, 10 for 11 in the game. 7 for 7 here in the 4th, 10 for 11 in the game. Make it 8 for 8 in the quarter, as Walker has 12 points. And he has a steal, looks like. Walker will be fouled on the break. 1:08 to go. Loogootee up by 11. And back at the line will be Drew Walker.
This is going to kind of be the same as last night, Kerry, with, the final score is not going to be indicative of the type of game that it was. You know, last night it ended up
9 points in a game that
went to 5 overtimes. Here, this game was back and forth. The biggest lead going into the fourth quarter was like 3 or 4 points by each team. And now, you know, Loogootee's going to end up winning in double digits probably.
You're up by 12. Walker and the Lions doing the job at the line tonight. 10 for 10 here in the fourth quarter alone. Walker with 10, 12, 14 points, including 6 of 6 from the line himself here in the fourth.
That was a foul on Walker.
So Walker picks up the foul. .103 to go.
Penetrate. We did a good job against that zone with penetration. But here, you know, in the fourth quarter or the end of the third, we quit doing that. And that early, that's what got us some open shots, but we quit penetrating and making 2 guys guard us.
Looks like some new faces are going to come in for the Wildcats. We'll see. It looks like Thomas Sager, Jack Levin, and Reese Fisher.
Yeah.
Another man at the line again. Of course, that's Drew Walker. Did he miss that? I was looking.
Yeah, he did.
So rare miss by Walker and the Lions. As we said, Levin, Sager, and Fisher in the lineup for Jasper. Next one is short as well. Sager comes out, or Fisher, I should say, comes up with the rebound. Here is Sager, tries, puts a shot up, no good. 46 seconds, and the Lions will pull it out. 37 seconds. Just let them play it out. Walton now in the ball game. 26 seconds. And Loogootee will call a timeout to get some new bodies in there too.
Yeah, I don't think they'll take the timeout. They're just going to get subs in.
Just get the subs in. 45 Gunner Fox is in the game. He's coming in the game as well. For Jasper Kuntz in the contest. Again, we got Sager and Fisher. Butel, Levin, all in the contest for Jasper here in the final seconds. 13 at that. Jasper will only 3 points in the fourth quarter. Will lose this ball game and pick up their first loss of the night by a score of 43-13 as they fall to the Loogootee Lions. For their first loss of the year, Loogootee will improve to 4-0. What we take away from this game, Jason, obviously, you know, again, needless to say, it was Loogootee at the end coming up with the right moves and hitting their free throws down the stretch.
Well, I thought one of the big keys to the game was in the second half when Loogootee come out and switch to that zone defense. I felt like it took us a little while to get adapted to that and to figure out what we needed to do to be able to score off of it. You know, they just played, it was basically a 1-3-1 zone. And I'm sure, you know, we've practiced against it, but, you know, up until this point, we haven't seen much zone defense. In the first 3 games, most of it was all man-to-man. And, you know, I think that's where, you know, to me that was a difference maker in this game was our inability to switch and be able to handle that when they did that. So, you know, there was a few positives out of it, not a lot, but a little. I think, you know, moving forward, we have to, you know, have some leadership that can go out there and take control when teams do that. You know, this was obviously not an easy task. You know, after last night's, you know, we keep harping on that, but, you know, if we would have been at home, it would have been a difference because, we would have got a little more rest. Here you had to get on the bus early this afternoon or early evening, to drive up here. But, you can't use those as excuses, and I'm sure the coaching staff won't because, what happens if you play in the sectional on Friday night and you play a 5 overtime game and you got to turn around
and play again anyway
on Saturday night. So, you can only use that for so much.
And it's only a learning experience, too.
That's right. It's it's a third and fourth game of the year. So you learn from it. You move on. Next Friday night's going to be a tough game. We're at home, but we play a Memorial team that's pretty good. They beat Gibson Southern by 20, I think, or close to it.
20.
Earlier this year. And they're going to come Memorial. Well, everybody knows how Memorial is. They play tough. Yeah, they play tough in every time they play Jasper in any sport. They're ready to go. So I'm sure they'll come up to Jasper next Friday night ready to go. And we've got all week now. We did have 3 games this week. We played Tuesday night, we played Friday night, and we played tonight. So that's a big difference maker. But again, it's a sectional. It's almost the exact same thing of what you would have in the sectional. So, learn from that. Figure out what do you have to do to rebound from 2 games during the week to get. If this would have been the sectional final tonight, which in sectional time it would be on a Saturday night. What do you have to do to be able to be prepared for that game? So, the coaching staff I'm sure will use this as a learning tool, and they'll go back to the drawing board this week. They won't work real hard tomorrow probably or Monday. They'll give them a little break there, but then Tuesday it's going to be right back at it, so they're ready to go for Friday.
And you look at the upcoming schedule, at least here in December. Next week Memorial is our only game, but the following week we have Southridge and Corydon Central. Basically Southridge just down the road, but then Corydon Central on the road as well too. It's almost the same scenario. I mean, you can look at it different ways. How some fans, for example, might like the Friday, Saturday night games or whatever too. And again, it comes in both a disadvantage or an advantage, or maybe even sometimes a disadvantage for you. But either way, when you have a loss, especially your first loss of the year, the whole question is how do you react to it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. How do you bounce back from it? There's a couple of ways you can do it. One, you can hang your head and sulk, or 2, you can get mad and work a a little extra hard. And
we're going to get back with this.
Sometimes a loss like this isn't the worst thing that can happen because the coaches can use that as a learning tool and prepare their teams from it.
We're going to. It looks like we got a couple of coaches coming up, Coach Gable and Coach Bagley. Which one we get, we're not sure, but we'll take a quick look at the scoring for Loogootee. They were led in scoring this evening by Drew Walker, who, along with his 6 free throws in the fourth quarter, finished with 14 points. 9 points for A.J. Foster, 9 points as well for Leighton Jeffers, 6 points for Brandon Bledsoe, and number 21, Isaac Wagner, with 5 points to lead the Lion, in scoring for Lions this evening. Wildcats were led in scoring by Andrew Noblitz, 13 points, 3 points for Logan Day, 8 points for Braden Giesler, and Will Wallace with 5 points here this evening. So, but the key is with the Wildcats with only the 3-pointer by Logan Day for this evening in the fourth quarter. Coach Bagley is with us now, and we appreciate you taking the time. Sorry you were going to join us last night, but hey, after that we wanted to get the heck out of there.
I don't blame you.
But we appreciate that. But tell you what, for the most part, Caleb, first of all, Jason and I were talking a little bit right before you came up, how you react to a contest like this tonight after what we did last night. All in all, good in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's almost like I'm going to go ahead and first of all bring us out. It's almost like a sectional week. We had a game on Tuesday night, a tough one on Friday night, and then boom, you got to come back and play on a Saturday like this.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that's when that's when it's fun. Is you're right. I mean, and not only just the week setup, but the competition setup. You got 3 competitive games, and that's what you got to do to win the sectional. And we knew it was going to be tough to come here and play. They did a good job with their 1-3-1, just kind of threw us out of our rhythm on offense. And, and as physical of a game as it was, I thought our guys responded pretty well. After we just talked this morning about, we're going to be tired. You just got to play through it. You got to just because, like you said, we're going to be tired Saturday night of the sectional when we're playing in that game. So you just got to embrace it and take it on.
So just give us a little bit of feeling on this game here, at least how they did react overall just tonight alone.
Yeah, like I said, the rhythm of our offense just kind of got thrown off by their defense. And it was something that we haven't seen yet this year. We've tried to prepare against that, in practice, but just a different look. When you're playing against the JV group in practice, then you see a varsity group, and they had some length and some size, and they were physical at just about every position. So, we didn't get anything easy, and that's a credit to them. But we need to get better. We'll watch the film and make some adjustments and go from there.
Yeah, that's right. And December is one of those traditional months of where you have the back-to-back games like we did this weekend, 3 games this weekend alone, as we said. And then, but we got Memorial coming in with a single game next weekend before a double-decker again between Southridge and Corden the following week before Christmas. Anyway, my point is that it's you have to focus mostly, of course, on Memorial. It's been a long 24 hours myself. I don't know about you, but I got very little sleep last night. I was working on adrenaline for myself. But anyway, no excuse there. But anyway, let's look at Memorial for next week.
Yeah, Memorial's got a good team. They've got their big guy Tornado's coming back, and Elserman's on the wing, and they've got some guys that complement them really well. So we're going to have our hands full again. We got to make sure, number one, get some rest, and then just prepare and fix some things that we saw this weekend and be ready to compete. That's always a fun game. Nobody needs to get excited for the Jasper Memorial game. So hopefully we're ready to go for that.
Absolutely. And just, now you got 24 hours for our kids to wear it off, and obviously, relax before you go back at it on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, Monday, again, probably be a learning day on the film and pretty light on the feet, and then start working on Memorial on Tuesday.
All right. Well, Caleb Begley, thank you very much for joining us this evening. And by the way, good win by your JV squad. You want to talk a little bit about the JV a little bit? Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Yeah, it was a physical game. We had some young guys that didn't get a chance. They didn't play a whole lot last night, and they came in tonight and busted their butt and made some really big plays for us. And, it's just a group effort, and that's what we keep telling them is, as a JV player, your job is to get better and help the varsity and then hopefully improve to become a varsity basketball player someday. So nice to come here and get a win in a physical game. Absolutely.
So, and that's just that's the whole point is to learn from there. So very good. So, again, Coach Caleb Begley is our guest here on the post game. Thank you very much for joining us, Caleb. We'll talk to you all next week.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Once again, the final score: Jasper falls to Loogootee, 43-30. The Cats are now 3-1 on the season. Loogootee improves to 4-0. We will move on to Memorial next Friday night. The Jasper Wildcats will be back home in the comforts of the Jasper High School Gymnasium again to take on the Memorial Tigers. That game will tip off, I believe, at 8 o'clock DuBois County time Friday night. You can watch it here on the replay on next Saturday morning at 10 o'clock here on 18 WJTS. For Caleb Begley, Jason Stamm, Jeremy Marcos, I'm Kerry Schneider saying goodnight from Jack Butcher Arena. Once again, the final score: the Jasper Wildcats fall to the Loogootee Lions by the score of 43-30. So long, everybody.